temperature are much more impactful than like the pressure. And whenever they have this like standard refraction calculation, they do this like set pressure and temperature gradient, which is just complete garbage. And then so I've been reading about that all night. And then I found this book, and it's like a professional paper. It's like from, what year was this? 1913. This is crazy. And it's talking about the survey of India that they did with the theodolites measuring the height of Mount Everest and stuff like that. And this dude does a bunch of calculations, and he found out that the temperature gradients on the Earth, like actually making a standard refraction calculation based on the temperature, would, if you were to incorporate that refraction, you'd get the same exact radius of the Earth just from temperature gradients. And that's kind of what I figured, because during the daytime, things consistently get shorter, and then during the nighttime, things get taller. Now, these temperature gradients would literally explain what we're seeing with the theodolites.
Great find, Taylor. Maybe you can like document that, or maybe put it into like
I got the book
a
right
graphic.
here. This is crazy. It's like mostly math.
What is the name of the book?
Right, because
hold on, let me scroll up. India Survey, Atmosphere Refraction and Their Application to Terrestrial Refraction and Geodesity by J.D. Graffy Hunter, a mathematical advisor to the Survey of India. Published by order of the Government of India.
So does this imply like during the day it looks more globe, and then during the night it looks more flat?
Mm-hmm. And he did a calculation. He was basically looking at the temperature gradients, and he saw that a temperature increase, which is all the time, right? You're always going to have the ground warmer of let's see, I think that's 0.66 degrees Fahrenheit per foot. If you were to incorporate that temperature gradient, which is very close to what we normally see, the dip ratio of the Earth would be 0. And then he says, like, for more rapid temperature increases, you would see a concave, like on the horizon on the ocean, which actually Jesse measured a measurement like that.
So it aligns. Very interesting. 0 degree dip?
0 degree curvature. If you were to incorporate like temperature gradients as they are.
Fascinating.
I came in halfway through.
That's the refractive formula, which they invoked, right, at distance measurements.
Yeah, so normally they just do one standard refraction, which would just be one standard temperature and pressure, which is totally wrong, because we know, right, as you go higher, things get colder. Well, it's even like that on the ground, but it's very profound. And this is why the curvature is very profound on the ground, because of those temperature gradients. And he basically did a bunch of calculations. This is like so much math in here. I just had to skim over the math. But basically, just if you back calculate the refraction of the temperature, you'll get the curvature rate.
I wonder who produced the book.
I have posted the book in the chat. It's on archive.
Awesome. Thank you, Riggs.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of mad at myself for like sitting here doing this research for like 10 hours. I'm supposed to like be doing my research, but you know, I'm so happy I found this. It's crazy.
I'm sure they might have. Go ahead, Roohif.
Is there a page in particular that I should be looking at?
The whole thing.
Yeah, it's 141 pages.
It has so many measurements and mathematical equations.
Right,
if you can figure them out,
conclusions.
I'll be it to you.
So read the abstraction, read the conclusion, Roohif, and then sort of based on like where your nose leads you, as far as those like conclusions are concerned within the text, and that's how you explore it, right?
Right. Oh, hang on, get the
just use the key words that you find within the conclusion. Then you go look for the use of that key term within the paper itself, and you can look for the deeper explanation of what they're sort of concluding.
Yeah, but it's it doesn't have a abstract because it's
yeah. Let's read the beginning. It says terrestrial refraction has usually been dealt with in survey operations by making use of a coefficient of refraction, quote unquote, which involves Tate assumption that a ray of light is of circular form and that the curvature is the same for ascending, descending, or horizontal rays. This assumption is somewhat contradictory, for we know that the curvature of a ray is less at great heights than it is at sea level. Yet if a ray maintains the same curvature when ascending, the assumption would give the same curvature at all heights. The object of present investigation is to develop formula for the refraction, which will indicate precisely on what the refraction depends and to find a means of determining such quantities so that the refraction in any case may be computed. The formula are derived in Chapter 1 and in Chapter 2 and 3, and they are applied to some actual observations made in India by Mr. H.G. Shaw. Chapter 5 shows the relation between refraction and barometric and thermometric readings at 2 heights, while the Chapter 5, the relation of celestial refraction to terrestrial refraction is developed. With a view to to the determination of the latter from knowledge of the former. In Chapter 6, the dip of the horizon is investigated, and the results of the previous chapters are briefly summarized, and suggestions are made for future investigations.
Cool. I agree that it gets a bit less. The curvature is less as you get higher.
Isn't it like the absence of light, like making it darker, seems to make the curve go away?
What? We're talking about the path that the light takes through the atmosphere, and that path is less curved when you're up higher, like Heffron. It's less curved.
I think you should be maybe exploring the notion that for some peculiar reason that at night, like it seems a bit more flat. That might explain your celestial theodolite. But then you've got a whole bunch of other bag of worms you got to unravel in that sense, right?
Yeah, there is more refraction at night. It's generally stronger. I would say nowhere near flat, unless you're like really
interesting
close to
though,
the
right?
surface.
But we're doing the celestial theodolite at night, and this refraction sort of is incurred. According to this paper, if I'm wrong, Tayler, correct me. The paper seems to suggest that there's more refraction during the day.
It's usually more.
Yeah, there's more temperature gradients during the day, and the temperature gradients, it's going to make the surface of the air less dense if you have a higher temperature, which is going to just negate any normal density gradients. The temperature is going to heavily triumph that. And then, so basically, if you have that lower density at the bottom, then the light rays are going to be curving up, which is going to be making things appear shorter.
Yeah, didn't we go through this the other day? That it takes about 34 degrees Celsius per kilometer for light rays
Not
to
true.
go up.
No, it takes less than 1 degree.
Per kilometer. Just incorrect.
I think it's per foot, actually.
Per
Or
foot.
per meter. Yeah. A very low
that's an
temperature gradient. Because you got to
extreme.
understand, like, temperature will determine the density and the pressure, right? Because that's kind of what makes up things of higher temperature.
Yeah, they all interact, yes. But
No, yeah,
when
absolutely.
you say
That's like perfectly determining it. You're if you're gonna like measure refraction, like I have like now like 15 to 20 papers I can send you about. Basically, you're just going to be looking at these temperature gradients, and then also like humidity is a big deal too that I was learning about today as well.
right, but when I said 34 degrees Celsius per kilometer, and you said 1 degree, I assume Fahrenheit per foot. 1 degree Fahrenheit per foot is an extreme gradient.
No, this is why you have well, can you explain then why we have such drastic measurements between day and night, which have been documented by multiple people if the pressure would triumph temperature?
1 degree Fahrenheit per foot.
Why would we get any variation? If it's a standard pressure and we're going to have a standard refraction, why would we have any variation
Fahrenheit per
at all?
Hang on.
Just think about it.
Foot in a kilometer. So it's about 1 degree Fahrenheit per foot is 1 degree Celsius.
Less than 1 degree Celsius.
Yeah, per 2 feet.
But what I'm saying is your temperature is actually going to triumph your density, because that's like the higher temperatures will make the lower densities. I mean, if you just go read pretty much any refraction paper, you'll figure out very quickly it's really determining on the temperature gradients.
Right. Okay. But when you say 1 degree Celsius per foot,
no, I didn't say 1 degree. I said less than 1 degree.
Okay, but like in the order of magnitude of thereabouts.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So how many feet in a kilometer?
It doesn't matter. Like if you have temperature gradients,
3,280.
like you're gonna have refraction. That's what causes the refraction, terrestrial refraction.
3,280.
So you've only got globe during the day, Roohif.
No, we're working.
Night time's our time.
The ground is still warmer at night, so you might
flat flat at night, mate. Okay.
So we've got 3,280 feet per kilometer, and we're just.
I didn't actually. Yeah, so I'm saying that the temperature will determine the density.
Right,
and
but you mentioned a rate.
I said it will be less than 1 degree
per foot.
I think it was per meter, but that's just what Jesse calculated.
Okay.
But that's yeah, if you go and look at any of the refraction papers, go look at what determines refraction. Why would it?
Hang on, just hang on.
Yeah,
we're trying to discern how strong a gradient that is.
Yeah, they have very strong gradients. I sent you some papers already on them.
Okay, 1 degree per meter, right? 1 degree Fahrenheit.
Less than 1 degree.
Okay, but in the order of magnitude of 1 degree.
It's like a determining factor, is what I'm saying.
I understand. Okay.
Yep.
It's in the order of magnitude of 1 degree Fahrenheit per meter.
No. What I was saying, Roohif, was that a temperature gradient of less. Hold on, let me just tell you, okay? Less than 1 degree would make a refractive index to where it would triumph just the basic pressure that exists, because at a higher temperature you're going to have a higher pressure and lower density. So I wasn't saying that that's how much the temperature changes. I was saying that little of a temperature change would triumph any like standard pressure gradient that exists.
I agree. 1 degree per meter is ludicrous. Yes, it would trump pressure.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to say that's how much it changed in general. I was trying to say that would triumph pressure. Very small temperature gradients triumph any like standard pressure gradient that exists or density gradient that exists.
Okay.
And so
what is a
a
small pressure
temperature
gradient?
gradient would give you that refraction.
In your mind, what is a small pressure gradient? Oh, sorry, small temperature gradient.
I think it's like, I don't know, because in all the papers I was reading, like they really didn't even talk about pressure whenever you're looking at terrestrial refraction. They mainly talk about temperature because that will determine the pressure and density.
They all, it's like a three-way equation. So, yeah. But I put it out there that 34 degrees Celsius per kilometer of altitude, that is the rate approximately to overcome the pressure gradient.
Where are you getting that? And are you talking about in
paper.
terms of refraction?
Yes.
Okay, are you saying that's what exists in reality?
Yes.
Like, okay, well then I'm just gonna ask you a question. How would we get any variation?
What do you mean?
Like, how would we get these variations, like between day and night, for example?
Right. During the day, you've got a heated up surface. All right. So that makes the temperature gradient stronger. During the night, it's less strong. So the countering effect of temperature doesn't do as much against the pressure gradient. So you have stronger refraction.
Okay, I agree with that. Like, well, I agree with that. The temperature being warmer on the ground is going to cause refraction because you're going to have that gradient there. Do you have a specific reference for your claim of like?
34
Because
degrees.
I'm just kind of confused as to how the temperature wouldn't by default affect the pressure.
It does. They all feed into each other, right? If you've got cold air, right? So cold air is a measure of the kinetic energy, right? But we're comparing that to hot air, but keeping the pressure the same, right? So cold air has less kinetic energy, so there has to be more of it to make the same pressure, right? So the density has to be higher.
So temperature and pressure are directly proportional to one another. And if you want to look it up, you can look up the ideal gas law.
Right. Our atmosphere is not an ideal gas.
What'd you say?
Our atmosphere has a gradient. It's not an ideal gas.
It's not. It's called the ideal gas law.
No, but
Talks
if you try
about
to apply it to the
pressure
atmosphere,
and temperature.
right? If you try and apply it to the atmosphere, then you get the same pressure or the same volume or the same density everywhere.
According to who?
The formula. PV equals NRT.
Which one? Which formula?
PV equals NRT, the ideal gas law.
And you're saying that for some reason in the atmosphere, the pressure and temperature aren't directly proportional?
No, I'm saying you can't apply it as a whole to the atmosphere.
So what would cause terrestrial refraction?
The change in density.
And what would cause that?
What causes the gradient? Well, gravity is the main one.
Gravity?
Gravity? You should say you invoked gravity.
Well, I don't care what you call it. There's a downward acceleration. That's what causes the gradient. If you want to call it electrostatics, I honestly don't give a shit. But it exists.
Your gravity is causing the glow.
Hey, can I ask a question? Hey, Roohif, since you kind of put me down a rabbit hole last time we talked. What do you call it?
You can just look up
Roohif put you down a rabbit hole? What the hell?
I know. I'm sorry, Taylor. Go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah, it's you can just look up just like what is the main cause of terrestrial refraction, and you'll easily find out that it's temperature gradients. That's not really a secret.
Well,
and another question.
The reason they say that.
Roohif, hold on before you get into fucking meters and fucking heat. What do you call it? You were saying to me the other day that, like, let's say you have you're building a house and you have like 2-story house and you have like the lower building holding up the higher part of the second level. You were saying to me that the pillars of the house, right, or whatever, that's exhibiting a force. Is that right?
Yeah, if you're sitting on a chair, the chair is pushing up. The chair is exerting a force on you.
Okay. This is some anti-earth or anti-flat earth bullshit, dude. This whole idea that there's no force being exhibited by that structure. It's called a load-bearing wall or a load-bearing.
What?
No. It's not pushing up. It's actually a quality of density. This would be our argument. So I find it's a total, you're wrong when you say that it's exhibiting a force. I went down that rabbit hole. You brought it up the other day, and I was like, that's interesting. And then I looked it up, and it's false.
So when you said
So it's not exhibiting a force.
Right, but
like, let's look it up together. Like, is a load-bearing wall exhibiting a force? And I'm not mistaken. The answer is no.
If you stand on it, right? Yes, it is.
Is a load-bearing wall exhibiting a force?
When you stand on it, yes.
I don't know, man. That's a real, because I always think, like, this whole downward fucking force thing. I don't know, bro. Especially when you got, like Taylor just said, this can all be explained by temperature gradients. You don't need fucking gravity, dude.
What if your pillow was made of paper?
Hold on, it's not a force, though. Well, then my point is, what if fucking, I mean, I don't know what, like, we could go into a string of what ifs, but, like, I'm just saying, like, it's not exhibiting a force. Am I mistaken there?
Yes.
Can anyone else concur?
If it's not strong enough to withhold the force that you are putting on it.
You mean not dense enough? Right, but it's not exhibiting a force. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, it's not, it's maybe transferring. I don't know, man. We gotta dissect this another time.
Yeah,
I just don't, it's not exhibiting a force.
The structural, like, integrity of the atomic sort of connections are resisting a force. I'm not sure. Like, is it exhibiting a force?
Withstanding.
So Taylor, I have a question for Taylor afterwards. With these potential findings, what do you think would give more accurate results when it comes to taking measurements during the day, high noon, or in the evening, early morning?
I would say when you have the more stable gradients, which would be at night.
Makes sense.
I would say above the surface. I would just say above the surface, day or night, mountain to mountain. It's still stronger at night, but it's more stable when you're up above the surface.
On a balloon, maybe.
Yeah,
but
because
mountains
of
are
the
still the
density.
surface.
Yeah, the sun does have some sort of add to this as a factor or variable. Because let's say there's lots of phenomenon with the sun that will sort of add this curving optical phenomenon like rainbows and whatnot.
So the phenomenon of the sun makes it look more curved. And we call it the heliocentric model because they worship the sun, because the sun makes it look more curved. That's pretty interesting.
Heliocentric means sun at center, not that the sun is a god.
No, like you gotta, like, how would you say, like, at the point of which you're making certain decisions cosmologically about what the vast scale of what we live within. If that's the principle, that's the principle is then heliocentric. So that is your god.
Hold on, Rixie, just ask the simple, Rixie, just ask him the simple question. What is Helios?
Helio refers to the sun. That was the name for the sun. But saying something is heliocentric. If I use the word sun-centric, would that take away the
Hold on,
worship?
was it the name for the sun or was it the name for the sun god? Where does that name come from?
Right.
Just
but
curious.
When people called it heliocentric, did they say the god is at the center or the sun is at the center?
Yeah, I know, but it could be like it could have been called the Lux. I don't know. Yeah, Helios was Helios, the sun god.
Okay.
Right?
Can I get rid of that connotation by just calling it sun-centered?
Well, hold on. I mean, maybe, but I'm just saying the people who made the thing you believe in, they called it Helios. Which I'm not saying I'm not saying it's sun worship. I'm just saying you got to recognize the roots, Roohif. If the definition of Helios is
in Helios,
right, and well, how do you know?
Because the Christians are.
They called it the Helios. I don't know what's Helios mean. You know what I'm just saying? Like, it's a circle or whatever. But I mean, Helios is a sun god. That's what Rixie was getting to, right?
Yeah, these were Christians, right? Do you think they thought the sun was God?
I don't know. Have you ever heard of the esoteric Christianity? Actually,
the answer is no.
Check this out. When they bombed fucking World War II churches in London, they found all these phallic symbols underneath the tabernacles. Because of the fact that the idea that there's like a secret like cult of like pagans that actually run the esoteric side of Christianity. You don't know about this, Roohif?
Copernicus was a Christian.
I know, but did you just hear what I said though? It's like a lot of them actually were worse. Like there's like this potentially a hidden cult of people, like an esoteric doctrine of Christianity.
Sure.
Where like I said, when they bombed all these buildings in England, the churches, they found all these phallic symbols, like the fucking because they were all like into that. Kind of.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a Christian?
Me?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well, I mean, do you mean follower of Christ? Hello?
Christ is God. Yeah,
It was
Christ
a
is
simple
God.
enough
You believe
question,
Christ is God
man.
and that you'll have no other gods before him.
It's a simple, not even one simple. Are you a Christian?
It could be personal.
Well, I mean, like, am I a
Roohif,
Christian? What do you mean? How about this? What do you mean? Do you mean like a Catholic?
Roohif follows the
Basically.
son of the god.
That's a good follow-up question.
No, it was a simple question. It was a yes or no.
What do you fucking mean? Yes or no? It's more complicated than that, isn't it?
It was a no. So
Okay,
I
here's-
don't
Have
think
you ever heard
the
like
thing about
Calvinism?
phallic things in
Presbyterian?
churches is true.
I
You
mean,
can't just
well,
put
well,
down an entire faith like that.
well, how about this? When they bombed the churches in England, did they or
Where are
did
you
they
getting
not
that
find
from? What does that
phallic
got to do with
symbols?
modern Christianity?
Well, because there's like any. Well, do you know about like the idea of esoteric versus
What Christian
hold
church do
on,
you attend? What Christian church do you
versus
attend?
exoteric? I go to a local farm type church, man, where it's just a bunch of people.
Could you put the name of that church in the side chat?
Why?
Right.
Why? What
Because
business of it is?
no one has ever done that.
But Red
What?
Cloud,
Give up their
Yeah,
wait?
it's
No,
just
no. Are you? Hold on.
sorry,
Are you on
just-
the internet? Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Are you not on the fucking internet asking me for where I go to church? Like, what do I like?
Interesting,
Do
isn't
you
it?
understand? No. Do you understand how rude that is?
It was just an interesting question.
Yeah. No. How about this? Just post to me
Because
where
I
you
hear
go get
people
your
say
fucking.
this and they're
How about this?
effing all the way through the
Hold
conversations.
on. Do you drink
Acting
coffee
like a
every morning?
psychopath, and then they say, "Oh, I go to
Just
church."
post in the chat. Hold on. Just post in the chat where you get your fucking coffee every day. You know what I mean? It's like that's stupid, dude. I'm not going to ask you that. My
Hold
point
on.
is this.
You're not a Christian.
If I'm a Christian, well, it's a little more complicated. I'll tell you what, are you a pagan because you're a heliocentric believer?
Hold,
Hold on, let him answer the question. Are you a pagan because you think the sun is in the center?
Well, what would that one have to do with the other?
Well, are you not a heliocentric? Which would make you a fucking sun worshipping like pagan, right?
The one thing I know is that you are not a Christian.
All I'm doing is asking you questions. That you're the
No.
one making that. Hold on. Well, then I'll tell you what. Are you the one not
That's
trying
just
to?
absurd.
Hold on. Are you not trying to crucify me? How am I not the Christian? With your fucking, no, no, with your
You sound like
stupid,
any Christian I've ever met. How about
with your
that?
stupid questions, you kind of
You
sound
don't
like
sound like any Christian I've ever met. How about that? I
that
can't
you've
imagine
ever
any
met. Well,
Christian
dude,
behaving the way you behave.
get out of your house. Get out of your house. Go fucking farther than the block you live on, and you might.
the issue with modern day Christianity is a lot of them, the majority, if I'm not mistaken, is shepherded by the Vatican, and the Vatican are not the Hebrews that provided the cosmology. The Romans and Vaticans imposed their own belief on top of the Hebrew ancient cosmology. So definitely, we're going to see a difference from the Roman to the Hebrews.
Also, look at it like this, man. You know, there's a great line from the Bible. It says, "The meek shall inherit."
I don't think cite the Bible right after effing and blinding the whole way through the
Yeah,
conversation.
well, I'll explain
That's
my
really
point.
weird.
I'll explain my point. Is that like, you know, the meek shall inherit the earth, right? But everyone thinks of the term as meek as though like you're.
I know what meek means in the Greek. Yes.
Okay. What does it mean? Well, my point is that like a lot of people think it's servile and weak. And what if actually what it means is being servile and weak to your creator, which means to reject mankind, to reproach fucking evil when you see it, to not fucking be nice to people that
I
ask
can't listen to
stupid
that.
questions. Yeah, because you have to shut your ears because God's closed your heart, dude.
No, because you're not a Christian, and basically what you're doing is blaspheming.
Well, why are you?
Are you the hold on? Are you the arbiter of who the
I've
fuck
just
is
turned him
Christian
down.
is?
I can't deal with that.
I think, without going into personal beliefs, at least we're just trying to
It's
point
very
out the
unchristian-like of you, buddy.
No, I'm not just not listening to blasphemy.
No. It's very unchristian-like what you're doing, Red Cloud Media. If you're trying to be like the soul righteous fucking Christian, blah blah blah, what you're fucking doing is actually a hypocritical fucking thing. And here's
Another flat Earth Christian.
Hey, yo! First off, can you hear me? This guy, did you turn me down completely?
Absolute stain.
Can you hear me or not?
Maybe not.
No, he's fucking retarded.
Yeah, another flat Earth Christian.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Well, yeah, call him a fucking pagan, fucking sun worshiper. I don't know. It's like
This is why the Christian Church rejects flat Earth.
well, yo, didn't the Bible say, "If God be wrong, let all the man be a liar," or "If God be right," or whatever that line is? That sucks. He can't hear me because he sucks. You should hear this.
He doesn't want to. He put his like fingers in his ears and is going la la la
Yeah,
la la
man.
la.
Isn't that in the
No, I'm
Bible?
just not. I'm not.
That's in the Bible, right?
I'm not engaging.
Yo, tell him that's what the unbelievers do. They put their fingers in their ears when they can't hear the truth.
Well, that's what I told him. He's a hypocrite. He's a fucking hypocrite. It's crazy.
Are you
unchristian like, buddy? Red Cloud Media is unchristian like.
Hey, Decker, you're a Christian
too,
right?
He's a Christian. Buddy, you don't want to start this shit with me, my guy.
Yeah, there
Trust
you go.
me, I'll fucking shit all over your Christianity, buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there I go. Yeah, I was baptized in a fucking pool of holy
There you
water.
go.
I'm a fucking Christian Orthodox, you fucking asshole. You don't know shit. And they're gonna start laughing over my Christian Orthodox religion.
Flat Earth Christian.
See, exactly. You're talking to a real Russian, my friend. You don't know shit all. Yeah, exactly. You're stupid as fuck, boy. And then you're a hypocrite too. Fucking Christian, my ass.
Are we going to get
That's the thing about these Christians. It's crazy. It's crazy about these Christians. Like, oh, I'm such a righteous Christian, but they're the fucking most evil fucking hypocrites ever.
No, I wouldn't say Red Cloud's evil, but maybe we can reset.
How the fuck do you know? Do you know him personally?
I do have a little bit of discernment, but no, I haven't met him personally.
Oh, there you go. So,
but
especially when people talk like him, blaming, especially a guy like Issa. I know fucking Issa for a very long fucking time. He's a very smart guy. And a cocksucker like this guy, right? Talking shit with all his hypocrisy just pisses me off, man. It's crazy.
Yo, big up, Deck, and thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, guy. Anytime.
Yeah,
you're my guy, bro. Especially with all your legalese shit.
I love you, dude. You're fucking. I love when you. I love how you come in and do your thing, man. Fucking right.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, Issa, you are pretty awesome, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Just trying to be like you guys, man.
You're kind of Issa.
Roohif, I'm just trying to be like you, dude. Just trying to be like Roohif. I want to live a life where I could just fly around like measuring gold at different latitudes. Roohif, can we do this? Can you make my life better? And we'll just travel around and fucking like measure gold at different latitudes. We'll get a grant. Let's get that USAID money, Roohif. Me and you will do a grant where we could just travel from latitude to latitude.
Start at Hawaii.
Right? And they could get us hotels, and we could just we always have like 10 ounces of gold on us, and we always have a bunch of weights and measurements. Bitches love that shit. We could have a blast, Roohif. We could do a whole musical tour out of it. We could travel and do a musical tour where we measure gold at different latitudes. I'm fucking good. We could build houses for the poor and fucking like see if there's load-bearing walls or actually exhibiting forces on gravity or what. We could make this into a humanitarian effort, Roohif.
Issa shows up with a briefcase handcuffed to his wrist.
Yo, and a plumb bob. Like, let's do this.
I'll bring a quarter pounder. Don't worry.
Oh, fucking right. Some snap lines. Hey, I'll be over at McDonald's with you.
With extra cheese. Extra cheese.
Vlad's a cunt too.
If I told you that Roohif had like $20 to $30 million, would you call him a stingy globe earth millionaire?
I'd be like, Roohif, give us that globe money. Give us that globe money, Roohif.
I'm saying stingy because I think all these he gave Bacon like $20, I think, for like a
right. What a dick, right?
Pleasure.
Yeah, plays broke. Yo, could totally buy us a fucking gyroscope.
Yeah, totally could.
Australia is one of the most expensive places in the world. Sorry, Sydney is one of the most expensive places in the world to live.
It's totally.
Well, let's start. It's totally fucking. Yeah, we can go to Sydney. Fucking. I say we bring gold to Sydney, measure it there, and then we come back. We go to fucking. We go to Spain. What do you call it? We time it so we're in fucking Louisiana for Mardi Gras. You know.
By the way, Roohif, that was not a dig on you. I'm joking. It's just funny that you had. There's like that news article that you were like ranked one of the top millionaires. I mean, you're public about all this, so this is not like. I mean, you've talked about this. I'm just joking because of so much of your interest in this. I'm not telling you to spend your money. I don't care. I don't want. I'm not saying. I'm asking. I'm not asking for it. I'm just like commenting on it. That it seems like if you have $20-30 million and you're so into this thing, you might throw 500 G's. You know, like let's do some this, some that, some balloon tests.
Hold up.
Get a full Fultz pendulum at the equator. You know, give that a whirl.
Hold up. Roohif doesn't live in his fucking.
Put your head in the game.
Roohif, you don't live in your grandmother's basement?
No, from my front yard. One sec.
No shit. Is that legit, Gio? Is that legit about?
Yeah. It says it's worth like $25 million. Well, it did in that news article. Yeah.
Yo, it reminds me. Dude, have you seen that fucking? There's like a video of the guy. He's like, "Look, man, when you're talking to your parents about money, you got to have that Laotian fucking immigrant attitude. You show me how to make money. Show me how to make money." Yeah, that's awesome, Roohif. Good for you, brother.
Well, Roohif, I mean. You could tell it briefly. I mean, you were involved in a finance thing with a type of software that you guys found a little kind of glitch, almost in a way.
Yeah, just hang on. I'll stick a link in the chat.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Fucking right. Good for you, Roohif.
There you go. Link in the chat.
I mean, you could be Duffy 2.0.
It will never make sense why he spent like 150 grand US on flat earthers. That will never make sense.
What doesn't make sense is if you're fucking worth 30 million, you're still in this fucking Discord every fucking day.
So like,
That
no,
makes
no,
sense.
but what Duffy did was he brought his voice into the conversation. He paid for that. That like, everyone knows the name of Duffy, right? It's not because the guy was particularly good at communicating any of these topics, just merely that he organized the event. So, Roohif, if you want to become more prominent and more influential, you can throw a couple of bucks at it. Do a Duffy. You could do a Duffy, man. It'd be great.
But why? I don't want to.
Do a Duffy,
why
man.
why would Roohif do that when we could travel around weighing gold on different fucking latitudes? Roohif, come fucking pick me up, dude. We'll fucking go for a ride. You gotta fucking dude. Oh my god, there's so many latitudes.
Infinite latitudes, you might say.
Right? Dude, we could fucking turn this into a fucking whole nother venture for you.
Hey, Roohif, answer this question. Does 30 million make you happy?
It gives me contentment that I don't have to work again. I wouldn't use the word.
Right. No. But I'm talking about true happiness. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm asking you. Why the fuck are you still in this Discord every fucking
He's
day?
on
You have 30
Discord,
million.
bro.
That's
He's on
crazy.
Discord.
Well, every
That's
day on Discord talking to like flat earthers, like it's like his passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I don't see money equating as happiness, but I mean it's like I am happy.
No. I'm trying to listen. It's not about the money. It's the psychology, right? It's like you're still in this Discord for how many goddamn fucking years, my guy? I would have been doing all kinds of different shit with 30 million. I don't know. Making more than fucking 30 million with 30 million. 30 million is good. I mean, you can go more with than 30 million.
Yeah, something like fucking Elon Musk wants to be a trillionaire. Why?
No, man. I'm just saying, like, your investments are always gonna increase, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like Roohif, you could see, like, I mean, because for me, the whole thing of flat Earth, more than anything, is the philosophy. Like, you know what I mean? That's the most enriching side of all this is the idea that, like, you can fucking trust your senses. Like, and the idea that all of this space knowledge is 100% irrelevant to your fucking daily life. And I don't know, I mean, it's fucking intriguing as hell, no doubt. And I guess, I mean, dude, we need to mine asteroids, Roohif.
Okay.
This is what we need to do, But I don't think that, like, I just think, like, I fucking think flat Earth. That's the value in it. In a society that has no fucking, fucking ethic, this is the most, like, would you agree with at least that, like, yo, dude, flat Earth has got some of the coolest motherfuckers in it.
Does it though?
Well, I mean,
listen.
I think, I'll give you, I mean, I used to think of, like, it's a great question. Like, even this decade, imagine this question right now, today. If you had a flat earther that was going to be for president versus a globe earther that was going to be for president, who would you vote for? I don't know. I don't know, actually.
1,000,000% flat earther. But here's the question, Roohif. Here's the question. Are you 30 million in liquid or is it 30 million in assets? Like the assets are locked up and shit.
Some liquid, some assets.
Okay. So and you diversify your assets, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Are you in crypto? Hopefully.
No.
Big mistake.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Whatever. Go ahead. No, I'm saying if you're gonna diversify, buddy, at least grab 1 mil, right? Especially if it's on a downtrend. XRP, my guy, you're not gonna fucking regret that choice.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Don't listen. Do your thing. You're a glober. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. Like, buddy, if I had 30 mil, would I be sitting in a Discord with flat earthers, especially if I was a fucking glober? I don't think so.
What would you do?
Oh, buddy, I'd be partying like crazy. You don't even know. But like smart partying.
What?
Do you know, like no, smart partying is like going out, pretending that I'm broke as fuck, right? Like downtown with bitches and just going wild. Like you understand. It's like the best thing. But then nothing, you're not restricted to anything.
I'm married, so I can't go out and get bitches.
Well, that's 30 million and married kind of sucks. So like that's 15 million. That's 15 million there, plus it's all fucking locked up in assets. So you're liquid, I see you like maybe 1 million, maybe liquid.
More than that.
That's if that. Well, if you're smart. I mean, the rest is locked up. The fuck, you don't need more than 1 million. Growing, you know what I mean? Locked up, growing, S&P 500, etc.
I have
and
something
Bitcoin.
to add if Roohif's still here.
Yeah.
Roohif, you here?
Yeah, he's here. He's talking. You have him muted or something?
Yeah, no, maybe I have him turned down.
Yeah, he's
I don't.
answering.
I think it's just low. Okay, so I can share with you this paper, Roohif, but basically it's talking about. Let me just give you the title of it. Atmospheric refraction compensation in terrestrial photogrammetry. And it says an expression for the vertical gradient of refractivity can be obtained by the differentiation of equation 8 with respect to height, which is h. Oh no, oh my phone. Okay, I thought it died. And then it says neglecting terms in dE over dH, which are insignificant in the present context, and introducing a value for the pressure gradient dP over dH obtained from the hydrostatic equation yields the following: dN over dH equals negative 75p over temperature squared, and then times 0.342 plus dt over dH. And it says from this equation.
saying all this stuff. I need to see that. Like I'm not a.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be thorough. I didn't want to skip something and it'd be weird. So anyway, it says from this
I don't know what
equation.
DE is. DEDH is E humidity or something.
Let's see. D is.
No, DE. Change in E. What's E?
Yeah,
just post the link.
The distance. Or the displacement. Sorry, the displacement of the temperature divided by the displacement of the height, I believe. Anyway,
yeah, that was deep.
Everything's right here.
He was asking
hold on, let me finish. It's apparent that a knowledge of the prevailing vertical temperature profile is all that is required for the determination of the refraction angle, which is like square B. And then it basically goes down to talk about these different temperature gradients that exist. And it talked about how a very, very small temperature gradient will basically overthrow pressure. And the equations are right here, so I can share with you this paper.
That'd be lovely.
It's done by the University of Washington, Seattle. I guess it would just be University of Washington, Department of Civil Engineering. So I'll go ahead and share this paper.
That'd be lovely.
And there's other papers if you'd like them.
Yes, please.
Huh?
Yes, please. Sorry, that was soft.
Yeah, okay. I just have to get it on my phone because I'm on my laptop. Hold on.
Right.
Anyway.
So did you pay Jaron off?
A million. He's getting a house with a pool.
I heard that. I heard that somewhere.
Really?
No.
I was about to say, you're like, what?
Jaron, because Dirth's app has leaked Jaron's address, Jaron said, "Oh, I've probably got to move. Wouldn't it be nice to move to a house with a pool for his boy?" And then Dirth goes, "Oh, he got paid off and now he's going to buy a house with a pool." And it's just, yeah, Dirth being Dirth. Dirth being Dirthy. I'm going to DM that back at you, Taylor, so I know where it is.
Hey, Roohif, you there, buddy?
Yeah.
What does your wife tell you about this flat Earth stuff?
She's a little touchy about it. Before
Especially with
flat
all the
Earth, I
time
used to
you
argue-
spend. But no, but do you spend too much time? They tell you spend too much time on Discord or no? No. Okay.
No. But she doesn't like the subject matter. Before flat Earth, before flat Earth, I was arguing creationism and genetics. Before that, I used to argue the Bible, and she's a Christian, and that did not go down well. So, yeah.
Oh, so she's a flat earther too, then, right?
Sure.
She is, right?
Of course, yeah. That's why I married her, right?
Well, I don't know. Are you being funny or?
She's not a flat earther.
That'd be so funny if she was. That's just saying. But she's a Christian, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, makes sense.
How does she tell her friends about your enthusiasm for flat Earth? Like, what does she tell her friends?
No idea.
Enthusiasm. That's a good word. Yo, Roohif, man, we gotta make you a T-shirt so you can wear it out to eat when you go with your fucking, like, you know.
So I said on the group chat the other day, should I make a T-shirt which has the Flat Earth logo on it, but that isn't obvious, right? But it's like, you know, the map of the AE map or something like that. I said, should I go out in public wearing this and just see what happens and see who talks to me? I reckon that'd be fun.
Yeah, I tell you what, you know, what'd be cool is if you did like, is like, you know, the references to Flat Earth and Back to the Future.
Is it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. You don't know about that?
No.
Oh yeah, yeah. And fucking, it's interesting. Like, even like if you look at the opening, dude, look at the opening of you know, I haven't seen Snacks in a while. He could break it down like a motherfucker. In the opening of Back to the Future, it's like the dog's name is Einstein, and like the name on the bowl is like, and it's got this like, it's like all about this machine he made to feed his dog, but it's like this shit sandwich that goes down and lands on Einstein, like it's like Einstein's theories are shit, and then it points to a clock, and the clock has a flat Earth map on it, and if you had a picture with that shirt, it opens the window to the conversation about Back to the Future and flat Earth. Do you know what I mean?
Cool.
Because some people might conversate like, hey, why, you know, oh, that's from Back to the Future. And some people are like, oh shit, that's Flat Earth map. You know what I mean? I wonder which way. You know, because then you can like, it's plausible deniability.
Hey, Issa.
What should I put on the shirt to start a conversation that's not so
Dude,
obvious?
I had Roohif, you didn't. I used to sell 2 shirts. I used to have a Teespring or whatever. It was one of them was like Flat Earth, you know, fuck the globe, and then the other shirt was like the Earth's a globe, fuck Flat Earth. Earth's like gravity, fuck yeah, and or something like. I had these 2 different shirts. Anyway, fucking. You know, so you could go either way with it. But I was thinking, like, just even if you just had a shirt that said gravity, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It starts
You know what I mean?
conversation.
Yeah, yeah, like that's a good one, you know. Or like, you know, like an F with like dot, you know, whatever. Was it?
I've had like a picture of the black swan or something, right?
But it's too nuanced. You'd have to have like, you know,
It's
yeah,
photo, right?
I know, but you'd need a pair of Oakley sunglasses too.
Oh, yeah. Issa, you guys, I'm so sorry. Hey, Issa, I'm so sorry to interrupt. You know, Red Cloud was hoping to just chat with you in the lounge VC for a quick moment if you wanted. No pressure. I think he wanted
I'm not
to.
gay. I'm not gay.
Oh no,
Not
he
gay,
wanted to
bro.
apologize. He wanted to
Oh, what's up?
apologize.
Oh, yo, tell him no hard feelings at all.
Okay.
Tell him
Awesome.
come back in here, man. Tell him I got mad love. I got no disrespect for the dude at all. I'm a dick
Nice.
as it is. I'm always, you know, I'm quick
I
to
can
forgive, bro.
bro.
Tell him that's my Christianity. Is like I have quick to forgive. That's
Okay,
about the
love
only. That's about the only remnant of Christianity worth anything in me. Yeah, I'm always quick to forgive on any of that. But yeah, Roohif, I like the shirts. Yeah, I tell you, that's actually like, I don't know, that's the move. I think T-shirts are such a good hustle.
You should do it, Roohif, and then film it and put it on your channel. You go out with your wares. Yeah.
Yeah, you could call it Flat Earth Activism. You could have a channel called Flat Earth Activism, or like a series.
Dude, you will get people probably come up to you. I do have a story. I won't go long and tell the whole thing, but I was basically at the grocery store. I had already checked out. I was walking out, and then there was a guy who was also checking out. And he had like a T-shirt with an AE map on it, just a big AE map right in the front. So I was like, nice. So then he went outside and he was like kind of talking with his friends. So I was like, I'm gonna go. So I went over there and I was like, yo, Earth is flat. And we instantly we ended up talking for like an hour. Like he was all into Tartaria and a bunch of stuff. It was awesome. Like we ended up hanging out, talking for a long time. But yeah, I just went up to him and said something. So I bet if you wore a T-shirt or something, I bet you would get people coming up to you.
Yeah, but it needs to be not so obvious. All right, if someone said, like I had a T-shirt that said the Earth is flat, right? I'm going to get people, globers, I'm going to get globers coming up to me trying to argue, right? I want something that is known within the community like the Black Swan, right? So if I had that on a shirt and someone comes up to me, then they're in the community. That would be funny.
Just type Globetard, just right across the chest, Globetard, and that's it. And everybody will be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. In fact, I'll show you my favorite shirt. It's called Normal Distribusaurus.
No, straight up Globetard, right across in big bold letters.
Yeah, you know what would be a good one? I just thought of is if you literally had Earth Awakenings versus what's is Jem's channel? What's Jem's channel's name? Is it Debate Flat Earth and More still?
Yeah.
It is Debate Flat Earth and More.
Yep.
Okay. Because I was trying to think of being subtle. But if you had like Earth Awakenings versus like FT, you know, Fight the Flat Earth, but just the letters. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or Earth Awakenings versus the world. You know what I mean? Something like that. Because people would be like, you know, flat earthers would be amenable, and then you could start asking them about fucking how come you see obstruction. It's hilarious. It'd be like the worst because some flat earther would walk up like Geo, like, yo, the earth is flat. And you'd be like, fucking ruin their day. You know what I mean? You're like, I thought we were gonna be cool. You're like, nope. Ever seen the pictures from Himawari? Just ruin their fuck, another Glover. You know, like, got you, bitch. Stupid
Yeah,
flat
you're
earther.
gonna catfish him. Rufus out there catfishing flat
Right, he's
earthers.
catfishing flat earthers looking for a good time. People are giving up, coming up to him, giving him joints and shit. You know, he's like, okay then. You know, he starts acting real cool with them because they're hooking him up. Some chicks like, hey, I like your shirt. Rufus doesn't say anything. You know? Rufus, that's like a fucking movie, dude. It's some Glover like infiltrating flat Earth just because it's cool. You know, that'd be great.
Because it's cool.
Right, because it is way cooler than the fucking globe.
Of course.
We would spot him immediately, dude. We would spot him immediately. The Glovers are so boring. Like, there's no way this guy's a flat earther.
Rufus, well, no, Rufus, just look. No, because you can always remember. Just keep your mouth shut, Rufus. Shut up. Just look like you're on like some crazy MDMA experience, and I'll let you go. Fucking Geo be coming up giving you fucking peyote. Dressed like a fucking Amazon Indian chief.
That's what you do when you have 30 million in the bank, bro. You must fucking do some kind of drugs, bro. If you ain't doing fucking drugs, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I settle down, Vlad.
I'm saying. I'm just saying. I got 30 million in the bank, man. You must be doing some kind of drug. God damn.
Now I'll tell you what, man. That's respect to be to have it, to have what you would need to go do well, be wild and to like restrain oneself. It's like, that's why rich people get rich, man. Discipline, respect.
That's true. That is true, sir.
Yeah, man.
Just healthy fun with psychedelics isn't expensive, my friends.
I don't want to do psychedelics.
Oh, well, yeah, because you're afraid
Hey,
of the
I tell you
consequences.
what, though, bro.
You'll probably definitely be a flat earther for sure after that one.
Yeah, but you know what, though?
I'm scared
You
of
get a-
losing control of my own brain.
What did you spend your money on, though? Surely you got some nice cars, right?
Well, my car, the recent car I got was only 60 grand.
Lady
Aussie,
boys.
Yeah.
Flat trips to Thailand, Roohif?
Yes. Lady boys. Love the
He
lady
goes
boys.
to Thailand a lot.
Yeah, I have Angus fillet steak 2 or 3 times a week when I go out.
Hey, yo, Roohif, you ever heard of where are you at? Forgive me. Are you? I forget if you're Zealand or if you're Aussie.
Sydney.
New Zealand. New Zealand, big
okay.
time.
Do you know what Craig Jones is?
Bitcoin guy?
No. Craig Jones, jiu-jitsu guy. No. But what do you call it? He's making a stink with this. He's like going up. Last year he went up against do you know who John Danaher is?
No.
What do you call it? One of the greatest jiu-jitsu coaches and MMA. He was George St. Pierre's jiu-jitsu coach.
Okay.
I don't know if you know George St. Pierre was like the UFC champ for a long time. But anyway,
GSP's
yep.
king,
So fucking his jiu-jitsu coach was in New York City. Actually, he's trained actually a block away from where I train, and they're just amazing. But a lot of them are from New Zealand, and they're fucking creating a stink, being fucking hilarious, like going to Thailand, but being with a bunch of ladyboys. It's just retarded. Like, it's so fun. And you should check it out because they're repping New Zealand and everywhere. And they're going up against, or they went up against last year ADCC, which is Abu Dhabi, and it's a big thing. And CJI is the Craig Jones Invitational. And it's like the first thing where the competitors in jiu-jitsu are making money because they can make $1 million. It's
A lot of people.
10,000. Dude, did Craig
You're still
look up?
telling this story? Dude, jiu-jitsu
What's
is your favorite fucking sport, fighting, because they got the word Jew in it. A lot of people from the Middle East don't like
Racist.
A lot of people from the Middle East. Never mind, man. You never shut the fuck up, dude.
I know.
It was like anti-Semitic. It's not racist. What's going on?
Tomato. Yeah, you see the thing about there was like there's this one joke where the guy goes to solve racism in America. He said like there's 41 million Canadians and 40 million African Americans. So if the United States just enslaves Canada, every black person could get a Canadian. That's hilarious. Where were we? Oh yeah, Craig Jones, man. Look him up out of New Zealand and shit, kicking ass. But anything, he's doing all this like it's like I don't know what's like benefit shit. Like it's like I don't know what the fuck you call it. What do they call it when they're giving all the proceeds? Why can't I think of this term?
Charity?
Yeah, charity. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, check out Craig Jones, man. Fucking from out there. I don't know why I brought it up, but he's doing another event. He's repping New Zealand like comedy. It's just awesome.
Great story.
Thank you. Where are you going with it?
That shit was fucking. That shit was. Oh man, I can't think of the word.
What are you going with, Jeremy? How do you want to characterize it? I ducked out for a moment. I just got back and you guys are at it.
We're talking to Roohif about t-shirts.
Nah, gotta be the Black Swan, right?
It's so niche though, man. Like, do you know what's weird to me is like how many people I don't know who you think. I don't think that many people, even in the flat Earth community. And maybe I'm mistaken. Well, actually, I don't know. I had one lady bring up I don't know. I just don't know how many flat earthers listen. You know what I mean? Or know any of this shit.
I don't know. I reckon the Black Swan's probably the most well-known image.
Yeah, but they're like referring to black swans like about Bitcoin and shit. So it's kind of in that conversation. It's kind of weird how flat Earth kind of like is or has been like the forefront of like culture, you know, and like the black swan conversation entered into Bitcoin and like, you know, it's too popularized actually almost.
No, talking about the image of the oil rigs.
Oh, the image of the oil rigs. Okay, yeah, I guess maybe.
I'll make a stylized image of the oil rigs with the bendy cranes. Walk around and see who says something.
You know what would be a good one is the Pontchartrain, like the really whacked out image of the Pontchartrain, like all the refraction. It's like where it looks like the fucking bridges are like huge.
That'd be a global one though, right?
I mean, it could be, yeah. Either way, because all those, you got to remember, Roof, the same set of, this is what's so fascinating about Flat Earth to me and the globe Earth, is that we're both using the same set of information. And we're coming to different conclusions at the end of our interpretations of the same set of information. So my proof is going to be your proof is going to be my proof. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a fucking weird, that's why I've always felt like, all right, we can't be like hating everybody as much as I might come out and be a dick about it, but you can't really like hate people that think about the opposite, you know, come to a different conclusion on the same set of the information. We could debate about it and be animated, but like, you can't fucking despise somebody because you come to a different conclusion.
I hate Roohif, my guy. I fucking hate global.
You know what I mean? Like,
fucking hate
that's
him.
like, I mean, I think what happens is people display their personality while they're debating these topics, and then people are like, I hate you. It's not even the argument at that point. It's just, I don't like you, motherfucker. You suck. Because both parties have fucking a good argument, and they got fucking anomalies. But yeah, I'm tired. But that always trips me out because we'll look at the black swan and be like, proof of fucking flat Earth, and you'll look at the black swan and be like, it's a fucking globe strikes again. it's fucking hilarious. So I love the idea that like God is like not some, like when people think of God, they think of like some all like Thor, if you will, or like, you know, if you're going to caricaturize it, you know, when in reality it's more like Mr. Bean. It's just this tragic hilariousness going on.
I think it's like Terrence McKenna or Alan Watts.
What's that?
I think God is like Terrence McKenna or Alan Watts.
Well, but that's too serious. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost
even that's too serious.
It's Mr. Bean, dude. It's just out of control. Fucking, you know, just chaos. Like, you know, riding on top of a car through town, not even at the steering wheel. You know, nobody at the steering wheel. It's kind of shit. I don't know. It's just like, yeah.
It would be cool to pick his brain, maybe in the afterlife. Find out some answers. Because you know he won't lie to you, right? He wouldn't lie to us, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, you think about it, like, you know, mankind has wit and intrigue and mystery. You know, and like I think the creator is like, you know, the most mysterious. And this is why actually it's interesting. I used to talk about this. Like, there's two types of people: creditors and debtors. And God is the height of being a creditor, right? So like, the creditor in law like does not have to reveal his identity, right? If I have a claim on a fucking other party and I have a document that fucking says as much, that security agreement, that UCC one, can all be put under seal. It can be hidden because the creditor has the right to remain anonymous and unseen. How cool is that? I always dug that. So like, you know, the creator is unseen. You know what I mean? Like that intrigue, that mystery, that's to him alone.
To me, it makes sense that he's unseen here too, because it's like, what nationality should he choose if he decides to become visible? And what size should he be? Huge or should he be small? And how long should he? You know, So it makes sense that he would be invisible here when he interacts with people.
Well, see, I look at it. I don't know. You know.
I mean, right? Like, what nationality should he choose? Because let's say if he decides to come out as someone from Africa or Zimbabwe, for instance, but other people are like, "Well, I don't want to follow that God." Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I said he's American. God damn it!
Right, you have to be in the best country.
Yes, yeah.
What do you call it?
Weird. He's not like hiding away, trying to be creepy. He's love. He's not this like weird God that doesn't want to show himself. That's trying to trick everyone. That's not him. It's not about. He's not competing against nation. He's not any of those things. All those things are just like earthly mindsets.